Austin, good to see you. I have a very important question. Is now a good time to redeem your I bond? Back in 2022, when inflation was through the roof, we were buying I bonds with a return rate of 9.6%. Now, though, the rate of return is just over 3%, which has a lot of investors wondering if now is the time to redeem them and invest in something else. So let's assume I bought back when the rate was 9.6%. Should I be thinking of selling them?
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable question and one that definitely deserves some consideration. But I would argue more important than perhaps any rate offered. We know that, of course, they've come down substantially from when they were at their peak, right at that 9.6%. But I think more important question to be asking ourselves is what are our goals? What's our timeline attached to those goals with respect to these funds that we invested in I bonds? Maybe we have a home purchase coming up that we want to liquidate these for, or maybe we want to redirect them to build up that emergency fund. So if your goals have changed and your plan has changed, then I would think that would really be the main kind of issue for consideration here.
Okay. So I bonds fully mature after 5 years, but what's the penalty if you redeem them before that 5 year window?
Yeah, so there is one small caveat here. We have to make sure that we hold our I bond for at least the first 12 months or 1 year. But if you were to redeem it, say, after those first 12 months and up to 5 years, if we redeem it in that time frame, we sacrifice the last 3 months worth of interest that I bond would have paid. So, for example, if we were to essentially sell it in month 18, we would receive 15 months worth of interest.
I see. Okay. So in that case, then does the month I redeem it matter?
Yeah, I think that is or should not be a major consideration for the exact month. Again, I think it comes back to our plan. What's the rest of our portfolio doing? And then in conjunction with our goals, not so much the immediate month in which we're considering selling.
All right. So then the $1 million question, Austin, if I decide, okay, now is the time for me to redeem my I bond, where else can I park that money with a nearly 10% rate of return that's considered like a safe investment?
Yeah, that's a great question. And right when they were offered at 9.6%, it was something that, a lot of folks wanted to jump on and rightfully
Yeah.
so. But I think from a 30,000 foot view, we really need to temper our expectations when we have or can expect a 10% rate of return. I would caution people to view that as a safe long-term investment. Excuse me, because as we've seen, those rates have come down substantially. So it's not 10% forever, but some good alternatives for a safe investment, whether it be an emergency fund or just kind of that short-term need, would be something like CDs. We're still seeing attractive rates on CDs north of 4%, or even something like a high yield savings account. It's a great way to get some cash off the sidelines out of that checking account that's paying us probably 0.01%
Right.
and get a respectable rate of return in the vicinity of 4%.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, Austin, I'm glad we got to talk this through selfishly. This was, my own personal question I wanted to know. So thank you for your time today. If somebody else has questions about where they can, park this kind of money or whether redeeming is good for them right now, what's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, you can give us a call at 919-322-4113 or send us an email at info@patriotwealthnc.com.
Great. Austin, thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.